It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network, brought to you by Smashed Potato Bowls.
Smashed potato bowl.
No,
smashed potato bowl.
No, go smashed potato bowl. I got a smashed potato bowl. I got the chicken and the bacon and the smashed potato bowl. I got the cheese and the fries and the mashed potato bowl. Oh, doing a little Justin Timberlake on them. Get you smashed potato bowls. It's another week of heavenly goodness in my bowl. These are the ones with the added chicken. $3.49 for a regular smashed potato bowl. Add in some chicken for a couple extra bucks.
Worth it. Splurge.
It really is.
Splurge on chicken.
It really is. Oh, look at that. I like when it's extra crispy. You know what I mean? You got that extra, extra fried goodness. No, I don't want to eat into the mic. I'm sorry. But, oh my God. You know when you get a good bite of anything? Really good bite? You want to end on that bite? You know?
Yes.
I usually plan.
Just swish out.
What's that?
Yeah, swish out.
What?
Swish out.
Swish out. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But I plan that. Usually, I eat around the crust, or I leave the middle, or whatever it is.
Really?
But I just had probably the best bite I'm gonna have. I almost need to retire. It's all downhill from here. It was a perfect smashed potato bowl bite. They're delicious. They're amazing. They're everything you need. It's all your potatoes, cheese, bacon, chicken, whatever. I mean, it's all into one spot, on the go if you need to go. And, we ate them all week. They kept us alive in Vegas.
We're
back home, but it kept us alive.
Did you go to the Vegas restaurant? I'm like, nope, I ate smashed potato.
We didn't. When we go to the Super Bowl, everyone's like, yo, see you at the game? I'm like, no. They're like, what are you doing here? You partying? I'm like, no, not this time. So what are you doing here? I'm eating smashed potato bowls. I'm here for the smashed potato bowl. They sent a bunch of cool clothes and a bunch of smashed potato bowls, and I went to Vegas for it.
It was worth it.
It really was.
Every time. I'll do it again next year.
It really was. Oh, my God, that was such a good bite. So you can get them at any of your KFCs right now. Smashed potato bowls, $3.49 for the original. Add some chicken in for a little bit extra. It's a whole meal in a bowl, whether you're like me, or you're on a budget, or you're a college kid, or you got a big family. I mean, there's a million different reasons how and why you could eat yourself a smashed potato bowl for just $3.49. So smash your hunger with next-level comfort food from KFC's smashed potato bowls, filled to the brim with potatoy, cheesy, bacony, delicious goodness for only $3.49, only available at KFC. So we're back home. The game is over. I should say that episode of the NFL aired. We all know how the season finale was going to go.
I had a couple things.
Yeah.
That when you saying it like that, I don't understand the reaction that Biden thing got last night from everybody. I guess you're not on Twitter as much.
No, I saw it.
Everyone was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense. I think it's just a weird move.
Yeah. I'm not like Dante was like, "What the?" I always go to Dante. What the hell is this? What are you, the dumbest person alive, dude? You were the one saying that it's a fucking psyop or whatever.
Feitelberg is the official Dante. He's his own account. Did Dante tweet? It's great, and I love every one of them. I love everyone.
Dante's like
you have noties on for that.
He just doesn't get to talk about it.
We'll just send him a check at the end of the month. You never make an appearance, you get money for it. Especially right before the game. Actually, right before the game, Trump's words got wildly twisted. Did you see that?
No.
He had a quote on his Twitter site that said, I just signed the Musical Fairness Act, in favor of Taylor Swift, and then warped it to be he was like, even though I'm sure she hates me because her boyfriend's a liberal, and it was I don't know, it wasn't that bad. It was just I signed this act to protect musicians. Joe Biden didn't because he's a crook. And I'm
Joe Biden didn't because I already did.
yeah, whatever it was. Yeah, right, whatever.
Joe Biden also didn't free the slaves.
but anyway, his words got all twisted and shit. But I think it was, for sure. If you've been paying attention at all, that tweet makes perfect sense with the fucking the eyes, the psyop eyes, and it's actually kind of a funny tweet from. I don't even know if the presidential accounts should be doing that. I don't know. I mean, at this point, it's you guys are just a bunch of scumbags on social media, like the rest of us. You just happen to run the world too. I don't mean it in the sense of the NFL's scripted, man. I just mean what we've been talking about all week.
It was going to happen.
It was going to happen. The Mahomes, the Chiefs are the Patriots. Mahomes is Brady. The dynasty is upon us. He's probably going to win like 3 more in the next 4 years. And I knew it the second turnover that I think both times they went 3 and out. Or maybe not 3 and out, but just very unimpressive drive. You know, that's it. It makes no sense because it's like you're the other team's obviously playing bad ball. If they've turned the ball over, there was a million fumbles. But when you don't capitalize on those, it swings the momentum back. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even. I mean, the Chiefs continued to play poorly even after that. So they still had their chances, and it was just like, well, the Chiefs and Mahomes are playing as bad as I think I've ever seen them, and it was like 10-3.
I thought Kelsey was going to bury on that last touchdown.
So did I. When he started trucking a little bit, I was like, there it is.
Not the OT one, because the OT one, he got him like the 2.
The one that...
The rate and regulation.
Yep, they got him down to like inside the 10 or whatever. He started to truck a little bit, and I was like, he's going to carry these motherfuckers in. It would have been great. Yeah, I mean, I said it 100,000 times about the confetti kiss, and then, you get it. You get that picture. That's it. It was going to happen. It always... If I was a 49ers fan...
Dude, but Kelsey, I've done such a 180 on Kelsey and admitted, I think not long ago I came on the show and I said I had a literal nightmare that Kelsey was going to be a guest that day. That was... And I've come around as much as you can possibly come around. And I find him fairly interesting. And
I think I know what you're going to say, though.
And well-spoken. And like I think the podcast, I've never listened to podcasts, but I see podcast clips sometimes. I'm like, just pretty charismatic, and that's like kind of cool. And then he gets on a goddamn microphone. It's like,
bro, it is
the cringiest shit, bro. Like I've never seen a fucking post game speech more designed to sell merch without actually selling merch.
I know.
Like it's a,
like did he talk to the fucking Beastie Boys first? Are they getting like rights on Fight for Your Right to Party? He's just jamming that down our throats. Viva Las Vegas, Fight for Your Right to Party. Everything's a quote. Everything's it's.
It was like when Kevin Garnett with the Celtics, where he fucked up. The rumor is that he fucked up. Anything is possible for Adidas. And
right.
He said, no, impossible is nothing.
And he said anything is possible.
And he said anything is possible.
Yeah.
And like it was like just that that all felt not great.
Well,
and then
he's
I love
also
Jack Mack tweet where it's like they wanted me to believe that this guy made the team cry last night.
Dude, it really is. He's like he's got like alter egos or some shit. Because on the podcast, it's like bipolar. It's a different voice. It's a different cadence. He's always well spoken, soft spoken, and then he's like, yeah. He becomes like a cowboy all of a sudden or some shit.
IV Jack Daniels between game ending and now,
dude. It is. Oh god, some of it is so cringy.
Yeah.
But it's coming from like the least cringy guy in the world in a way. You know what I mean? It's like he's maybe the best tight end of all time.
Yeah.
And he's like he's Mahomes' guy. He's the other part of the dynasty. He's good looking. He's got the girl, all that. And you would think that like when he gets on a mic, it's like, oh shit, like mic drop. And instead it's like, somebody take it away. Somebody take it away. Somebody take it away. Somebody take it away. I've never seen anything quite like it. Like Mahomes, on the other hand, you know what? They're kind of opposite. Like Mahomes has the Kermit the Frog voice, but the shit he was saying was like real gangster shit. When he was like, the Kansas City Chiefs are never underdogs. Remember that? And I was like, oh,
it is. I mean,
baby.
It is kind of what
the start of a dynasty. We got more to go. I was like, God damn. And he's
I got my loser boyfriend and my loser wife, and everybody hates me. And my dad's drunk, but you know what? We're the fucking greatest. So suck my dick.
It is again, the comparisons are going to be endless for all time, but like that is kind of Brady Gronk like.
But
it's true. But Gronk is that goofy
dude. Yes,
he like Kelsey doesn't seem like he's that goofy. Like,
you would think Kelsey would be cool.
Regular interviews and podcasts, he's still that fucking
yes. Gronk is the zany, wacky doofus, and then Kelsey's like, yo, what up, Playboy? Well, actually, no. That's the other thing too. There's 3 sides to him. There's like the black Travis Kelce, then there's like the podcast Travis Kelce, and then there's the goofball Travis Kelce. And then there's the apparently the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce, which I'm sure is totally different from all the other ones. I saw a lot of people like jumping on him for knocking Andy Reid. I don't know. I mean, like, if you lost and you were doing that, I'm sure, it would be painted a different way. Yeah. But him being like, leave me in the fucking game, and like bumping up against his big walrus coach, I kind of liked it.
That it is. I think the Chiefs' villain arc starts now.
Yeah,
where they're no longer the fun guys. From now on, people will not like them. And so someone who's been through this trajectory, this life cycle before, you will now be the villains, and you will be hated and all that good stuff. And if this happened in 2 years, it's a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
It happening now, right at the end of the rope, is okay. If this happened in 2 years, it's a major issue, because you can see he didn't plan to hit Reed. You see him like pull up like, oh shit, he grabs it, holds his arm. Like,
yeah.
He still finishes his sentence.
I think Andy kind of like stumbles more than I think he kind of expected him to, and I'm sure it would have been, and I'm sure there was, even despite winning, profuse apologies and all that shit. It's all good, but that's not like that's not. It would be more like if you had like a coach and a player that had beef already, kind of like tension, and it's like, wow, they're really fight each other. That's like, I'm mad, leave me in the game. Like, just, you know what I mean? That's not an Andy Reid, Travis Kelce thing. That's just like, that could have been anybody.
Yeah.
But and then you go win. Just it doesn't matter. You win and it's over. Nobody fucking cares. Man, Niners fans, I can't decide whether Niners fans should be thoroughly sick to their stomach, or if, like we're saying, you just never had a shot. Because part of me thinks I can't also decide whether it's dark magic that Mahomes and them got it done while playing so poorly, or if like it's like, no man, you guys really blew it. Like you had them on the ropes like for 3 quarters, and just never. Yep, pretty much. And that's the other thing too, that it's like, well, yeah, like that's what happens. Yeah. You know what I mean? If it was another coach,
3 double-digit leads in Super Bowls
at some point,
and championship games, I think maybe just Super Bowls.
At some point, it's like, yeah, that's what you guys do, and that's what they do. Yeah. So it was like the perfect storm.
It also is crazy. I don't know if you saw it, after the 49ers players being like, we didn't know the OT rules.
That's crazy.
Now, granted, maybe the coach was like, you don't need to know. I choose the coin toss. But like the Chiefs have come out and been like, if we wanted to toss, we were kicking.
It's so much smarter, really.
Yeah.
Like I mean, Romo.
Like Kyle Juszczyk was like, he's like, I don't know. I thought it was regular rules. Like, you guys ever heard a speech about this?
Crazy, man.
Let alone like running practice. But like, they don't even just let you know.
Tony Romo was like, you either get the benefit of like knowing that you're in 4-down territory, or you like whatever it was like, that's not really that good of a benefit. Like the way he posed it kind of was like,
well, no, I think you want it second no matter what, because then if you get it second, then you just go for a 2-point conversion, you win the game.
Yeah, there's a million things. It's like I feel like that second drive when you're in 4-down territory.
There's no positive to having it first.
I mean, other than I guess you could just put their backs against the wall right away.
That they have to score.
Yeah,
But
again,
it's overtime. You have that.
You have to score anyway, and also like full blown knowing you're in 4-down territory every time. It's like you.
But that's only for the second possession,
right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's that to me. That can almost be your mindset no matter what happens in the first round. It to me it has never happened because the Patriots scored on the first drive of the.
No, that's never happened because it's a brand new rule.
Oh, right. Yeah. But the Patriots were also the first overtime game ever,
right?
So like that, that for sure will never happen again. Now, I think everybody realizes that now.
The Patriots will never happen again because of the new rules.
No, I'm saying that you won't receive the ball ever again.
Oh, right,
I feel like from now on, everybody knows. Even like I was like, wait, the clock is. There's like 15 seconds left. Wait, does it end? What's going? But I'm not in the game.
That is crazy to think that the players out there were like, some of them like, we don't know what the hell happens in 15 seconds.
And you know that there's a couple guys who are like best friends on the team, and like they look up and they see the time and they're like, and they're like, yeah, I don't know either. Fuck. All right, let's just play this down and see what happens. Like, I'm not gonna say anything though, because you can't be the idiot going, what's happening? What do I do?
Like,
I'm going.
Hey, you guys might want to hurry
up. We're about to win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win the Super Bowl. We're back where we belong. About what? Maybe 8-10 years ago. I don't even know when it was.
10
years ago. we partnered up with a little company by the name of DraftKings. And I believe we were like one of DraftKings' like first ever ads, period. I remember doing a DraftKings ad read for KFC Radio. That was just us. It was just like the three of us on a Zoom or a Google Hangout. And like it wasn't like there was live or an audience or whatever. And I was like so nervous to do an ad read that I like ran out of breath. And I was like basically like Chris Farley. I was like, and then bet $5 on DraftKings.com. I didn't have my voice. I was like quivering. I was like I was so nervous and embarrassed, and it was just like nobody's even watching this. And that's how far we've all come. DraftKings becoming the premier dominant force in the sports gambling world. Barstool back in bed with them.
I take umbrage with my recasting.
Yeah, so you got recast as Will, right?
Well,
in one shot you're Will, and another shot you're Frank, I think.
Well, I'm only talking about, I think, a little behind the scenes. I actually was supposed to be in the ad. We ended up having an interview, so I had to bail the day of or the day before, and they recast Frank. So Frank was literally who was recast as me. I was referring to who was standing in my spot, which is Will Compton.
Will Compton, yeah.
And
it was cool. It was like a snap, and then everybody changes, and then Feitelberg turned into Will. Very fitting. Very fitting.
Yeah, I joked. I was like, couldn't you get like a comparably handsome guy? But you got actually a very similar, handsomer guy. So I guess that's all you can hope for in a recasting.
I mean, it's very fitting. I think all is right with the world that Barstool's back in bed with DraftKings. We used to do, we did everything with them. We did the daily fantasy stuff with them. We used to set our lineups. We all were making money back during that gold rush. And then obviously we had to go away for a little bit, and now we're back. It's like getting back together with like the girl you were always meant to be with. You know what I mean?
We had a couple of DraftKings executives. I don't really know exactly what they are, but in the green room at the Dozen, I was talking to our old pal Jay Danny. Mm-hmm. Back in the mix.
Back where we belong. Making a ton of money to do it. Yeah. Everybody's going to get rich off this one. So a lot of the haters who thought that Barstool was done after the Penn deal, they're fuming. As you, the listener, will make a bunch of money and have a great time with DraftKings, because right now new customers who deposit $5 or more can get a no-sweat bet with up to $1,000 on any sport. So what is a no-sweat bet? It's like getting an offensive board. You miss your first shot, you get another chance to score with a bonus bet back. So you can also go follow all of your favorite Barstool personalities. They'll be betting and joining Barstool on the betting group on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code KFC. New customers can get a no-sweat bet up to $1,000 if you lose your first bet. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code KFC. The crown is yours. Now we also just got to quickly discuss the free throw challenge, which if you're listening to this on Tuesday, if you're listening to this on Thursday, if you're listening to this next month, you might still be watching the DraftKings Barstool free throw challenge, where a whole crew of guys all have to hit 41 free throws in a row. The likes of Dan and Dave and Big Cat and Titus and a whole bunch of guys that are out in Chicago. Every guy takes one free throw, and then you got to get to 41 in a row.
I think once you get to 20, it starts the pressure starts getting on.
Big time. And when you
have 21 high pressure shots,
and when you are the guy, if you're the guy who misses multiple times, if you're the weak link, and you know your spot's coming, and you miss, and the guys are gonna try to fucking hype you up, but they're also gonna be motherfucking you under their breath. Now we discussed if that guy is Dave, because Dave, is not much of a basketball player, doesn't have a great shot. It could be one thing. If it's someone else, if Dave is somehow hitting his shots and Brandon's missing all of his, oh my god. if they're on 37 and Brandon Walker misses, Dave is gonna fucking murder somebody. So for all we know, this may go on forever. For all we know, you might watch Dan Katz, Dave Portnoy, all these guys die in the Chicago office, because it'll just be 35 years from now, and they'll just die all shooting their free throws. Or I've also learned that with all these things, I don't doubt you guys anymore, because things that I think are literally impossible sometimes get done in a matter of a day. So we'll see. What's your official bet? How long do you think it'll take?
8 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's going to be a break, almost like a Jersey Jerry.
There has to be.
Yeah, I think it'll go into like tomorrow, but with like everybody go home and go to bed or something like that. Like we need to regroup tomorrow morning. So I think it'll be within a 24-hour period. But anyway, download the download the DraftKings Sportsbook and use promo code KFC. Crazy. Your girl Taylor had herself a night.
I haven't seen any. I woke up late, so I haven't seen any.
No. I mean at the game, like the chugging.
Oh yeah.
See, I actually think. I cannot express to you how big of a loser I think you are if you have a problem with Taylor Swift and football. We've been saying it for like weeks and weeks and weeks, but now, like to the maximum, if you have a problem with her being at the football game. She was as real of a fan as I've ever seen. Like she knows ball. Taylor knows ball. Like she knows she was nervous when we were nervous. She was excited when the team was excited.
I don't think that was ever in doubt. I mean, like everyone knows football, right? Like
I don't think so. I
always said she's an American. Americans, football.
I think you could throw some celebrity chicks in there and they're not gonna like get the game, Like, even just, like, the balls in the air, like, these girls are on their phone, they're taking selfies, shit like that. Like, they were dialed in. Every big play, they would cut to them, and they would have, like, an appropriate reaction that was either, like, holy fucking shit, or, like, at one point, she was like, oh, my God. Like, in the same exact way that everyone who watches football and roots for one of these teams was cheering and acting. So... Like, to me...
You could also make the argument that she was doing that because she knows Kanye.
Totally. I was going to say, she's either very good... But usually that, like, if you don't know, it's hard to act sports. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not...
Unless you're a real sociopath.
Yeah. And I guess anything's possible with, like, these megastars. I've been in a position
before where I can act, and I'm like, oh, this just feels dumb. Like,
yeah.
Everyone watching knows I don't know what I'm doing, right?
I just think that, like, that to me, if anything, was more like, I thought. Now, I don't like her friends. I think Blake Lively and them are like they're performative. Because what the fuck do they care? Why unless Blake Lively is a Chiefs fan that I don't know about?
Oh, I disagree. I think it's like. I don't know where Blake Lively's from. I don't know about that. But you could make the argument for me that I root harder
for your friends
when my friends got like a big bet on the line or something like that.
Okay, but like your friend's boyfriend is not really the reason to get all gassed up.
I think
if your girlfriend was going like bananas for me, that's kind of weird.
Dude, let's say my friend starts dating Hillary Knight or something like that. I'm going crazy.
You are?
For the PWHL. Yeah, man.
You're going nuts for Hillary Knight, bro. Yeah, all right. I'll put it. I'll write that down. I'll remember that.
I think it's. I think that's one of the better positions to be in, where you don't really have that much of vested interest, but you're like, I'm just have party. Fun.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, that is the other side of it. But like, I think the Blake Lively like. She was almost nervous, being like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. Like that, I think you wouldn't feel that way, but I don't know. It did seem pretty genuine. She is an actress, though. I feel like Ice Spice doesn't even know what football fucking is, man. So, whatever. I mean, people have their problem with it. It's truly, I think maybe the biggest example in history of haters. Like, it's so crazy to be, and it's very real. Like there is a lot of people who are like, this is bothering me. Like I feel like, so fucking sorry for you. You are one of the biggest losers alive if that bothers you. Truly, genuinely.
I actually didn't even listen to the audio because it would piss me off too much, but like someone tweeted the in-game footage of her on the Jumbotron chugging, and I think the caption, I think it was Ari Merkel or whatever his name is, he's an LA reporter, being like, Taylor Swift chugs to a mix of boos and cheers. If you booed Taylor Swift, you're chugging a drink, you're probably you're the biggest misogynist in the history.
Yeah. I mean, at that point,
any other mega celebrity, you'd lose.
Yeah.
He's a common man. He's the coolest dude.
Yeah. At that point, you really do have a problem with women.
Yeah.
That's almost. I almost want to say that's okay. Like it's not, but just say to yourself, I don't like women because that's what's going on here, man.
Any fucking dude. I mean, it's the most standard way to get a cheer at a game is to be a celebrity on the Jumbotron chug.
Also,
you're like, fuck this, boo.
Let me just say this, because Taylor Swift, I in the past, I would say that this was a Taylor a move for attention, because like in the past, she would kind of just like pop up and do these things. She's gone to the game for like 24 straight weeks. Like, she's a football fan at this point. You know what I mean? Like, she's earned it. She's been there. She's been a part of the ride. So it's not like she's just like, oh, it's the Super Bowl. Now let me slide in there and like get all the attention, and I'll do something, performative to get the crowd to like think that, pick me girl or whatever the fuck they call it, Like, she's just part of the fucking story now. Did her thing. I love her other friend, though. That girl did not take a single sip. She held that against her lips, and if you watch her, she looks at Taylor, she looks at the Jumbotron, and she's like, how much longer do we have to do this for?
Bro, Taylor's a machine.
She's a booze bag, bro. Think about it. She's you want to talk Bert Kreischer, she should start ripping the top off, bro. The work she does and the party she puts in, what? From Tokyo?
I've been whispering about it for a couple years now. That there's always, she makes a lot of alcohol references for someone doing, poppy music. Although I don't think she's that poppy. She more encompasses music as a whole, really. She lost Future on Endgame, so there ain't no genre she can't touch. But I said it when I was on Taylor Watch. I was like, I would love for someone to go through probably her last 4 albums, maybe even more.
How many references?
Count the alcohol references, and
she's a booze bag.
Mwah.
But dude, so she probably went from like Tokyo performance straight to the Super Bowl.
No, I don't know what that was. She got back to LA like Friday. What was everyone talking about? Like, is she gonna make the Super Bowl?
She flew in when we were leaving, basically.
I thought, the Japanese embassy put out a statement saying we'll get her home in time.
I don't think it was Friday. I think Saturday afternoon.
Okay, but fine. Even still, regular people terms, you perform that same weekend, you fly like 20 hours home, hit the Super Bowl, obviously drink all day at the Super Bowl, hit the after party, and now she's probably gonna go right back on the road. She's a fucking monster, dude. She's earned it. As a former Taylor Swift hater, like what more? What's left for her to do, dude? It's crazy. Yeah, it is really. We're so used to it by now because, like I said, she's been there every single week. But like, it's still one of the wackier things that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Like that.
Last night it kind of set in, and again, we all knew it was coming, so it wasn't like crazy. But like, a couple existing. And in back-to-back weekends, winning Album of the Year in the Super Bowl is
gangster,
insane,
gangster.
Dude.
And
like within 7 days, they did. That's
got to be the biggest power
Brady,
couple.
Fuck Mahomes' pursuit of the GOAT. Like you cannot possibly own American culture more than that.
Do you think Jay-Z and Beyonce or those two are the biggest power couple?
Well, Jay-Z and Beyonce be having a relationship, like a marriage and shit like that, probably because in the edge.
But like, okay,
who's the fucking belle of the ball right now? Taylor.
But here's also what I was gonna say is like, who knows? I guess I shouldn't say this, but I don't think it's ending anytime soon. So like, the same way that like Camille was at like every fucking Super Bowl and like Giselle and all the girls were like all together. Like, I think Taylor Swift's gonna be at the next like 4 Super Bowls. I think if they end up getting married, Taylor Swift's just like a part of NFL culture forever now.
It is wild how people started flashing around marriage. They've been dating for like 3 months.
Yeah, but that shit happens with celebrities, man.
Yeah, especially when Super Bowls are involved.
I think so. Once you like find something that works, and it's like, because you're not you can't like, it's.
Like, I think she dated Maddie Healy longer than Travis Kelce this year.
No, that Maddie Healy shit was a flash in the pan.
But it wasn't like it was probably 2 months.
Take it to the bank. These two are getting married. I don't know whether it'll last, but they are getting married for sure.
No, I don't
for
get that vibe from it. I obviously don't know anything either. But
all those hugs and shit, all that. They all loved how Taylor Swift waited for him to talk to her mom first. Listen, if Taylor Swift like body checked Donna Kelce out of the way to talk to Travis Kelce first, then she's the craziest fucking bitch in the world.
I was thinking before the game that like the Niners are gonna win because Kelce's on the end of his career, so they want like the rerun next year where he finally wins it. Taylor gets her ring, and then after they won, I realized no, Taylor will probably have 3 when she's done. And like
Travis Kelce ain't going anywhere right now.
I don't know why I thought that. I thought that he was going
high.
to ride off in the sunset next year, but he's got 3, maybe 4 left.
I think everybody does in all sports now. I think like you've seen it with LeBron and Steph and all these guys. I think everyone's just like you take care of your body like a fucking weirdo now.
Yeah.
So everyone's going to play till they're like 45. It's hard. It's probably very hard to retire when you have Mahomes. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, well, I should at least try.
He fell apart. Gronk was like,
I mean, he couldn't physically do it anymore.
ACL, but he had back surgery before he even got to the NFL, and then it was legs and ACLs and concussions. And
it's actually
broken arms.
Pretty impressive how much he played.
Yeah,
like he probably should have been one of those guys who never made it. So yeah, I mean, and on the other side of things, like, I don't know. I mean, the Niners. They just had like so many moments that like I feel like they could have taken control or put the pressure on, and they just didn't. I'm trying to think of anything they did that was like Kittle had that big first down. There's a couple moments that I was like, oh, maybe not. Okay, I don't know. Like and nope, just didn't capitalize on probably the worst. I'm not a huge football guy, but I don't think I've ever seen Mahomes and the Chiefs play that bad.
Yeah,
that was like. I feel like Pacheco fumbled like 9 times. Every time I turn around, Pacheco fumbling fucking football. And that like weird interception from Mahomes, it was just like, whoa, this seal is off. Mm-hmm. That was the only time I was like, oh, maybe I was totally wrong. Like as always, like the mush. I don't know what I'm talking about. But then once they didn't capitalize, and that's when I texted you, and I was like, this is so obvious what's happening here. If you didn't put if you didn't step on their throats right then and there. That was the worst half ever, but they're just down 7. They're just going to come out and play a better second half than you and outscore you by more than 7. It's over, Still took to overtime, but goddamn. I'm sure if you're a Niners fan, you're like, oh, we were like right there in overtime in the Super Bowl, but like you weren't. I don't know. At the same time, it felt to me like you were never going to win that game. It's a very strange dynamic, and maybe it's all because of off-the-field shit, which admittedly is fake, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't think there is. Sometimes I think that is real. More real than what goes on in between the lines. What do you think, Usher?
This is fantastic, which really breaks my heart.
Why?
Because, man, it's tough. It's great. It's great. It's amazing that now I am the age group that America markets to.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you're a kid, you're like, fucking Aerosmith.
Yeah. Now you're like, yes.
Now I'm like, dude, I was like, yeah, fuck, it's me. Oh my God. Dude, they make the Super Bowl halftime show for me.
Yo, there had to be.
You want to make love in this club,
There was probably some like 18-year-olds watching Alicia Keys and Usher do My Boo, being like, what the fuck is this shit? Dude. I love Usher probably more than, I love Usher. I think his catalog is so underrated. I thought it was, I personally enjoyed it, but I thought it was very forgettable. Like, I think if it wasn't for Luda and Lil Jon at the end, I couldn't pick out like a moment like, whoa.
He was surely saved by some cameos.
Yeah.
And I actually when he originally dancing off the throne, I was like, this voice kind of sucks.
Yo, he started very poorly. Yeah. He had bad songs off the top. I thought he did a couple. Again, I love these songs, but Caught Up and You Don't Have to Call were 2 weird choices. I think he had to come in with like a pop hit. I liked it, but again, there are people probably who are like, what is that? And I think I give him props for singing live, but it was not, like he didn't sound that great. And then in the middle, there was a little medley of 2 songs that I was like, I can't even believe he put these in the set list. But so I'm sure there are people who. He should have just done the whole thing on roller skates, man. He didn't really get it. He didn't really get a chance to get in his roller skate bag when he gets going. Have you seen some of those fucking videos of him in the roller rink? He's fucking unreal on the skates. He didn't really have he didn't really have the room to operate on his skates. But I could see if people didn't like that, I would be like. I understand why. Yeah. Like, it doesn't have the.
I think. I guess it had a mixed reaction, but I think most people were like, that was.
Yeah, I don't know. What's like your age?
Every single person I spoke to was that was a 10, maybe the best we've seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think the general consensus is the top 3 all-time Super Bowl.
Interesting.
One bad thing about it.
But I think that I agree with that. But I think that's largely based, and this is a testament to Usher and his discography or catalog, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's the music. I agree that the performance itself was like there was the rollerblades, but aside from that, there wasn't anything where you're like, holy shit.
He took his shirt off, I guess.
But the music, when he took that shirt off and you heard every single woman scream, it was great. No men, no gay men at the Super Bowl apparently. No men screamed, but it was piercing female. If
you were a black woman last night, you had a time. Oh my God, Usher is like, yo, Usher. Listen to that. That's hilarious, man.
You got it bad, dude. When Love on the
song after song, every time he song, I was like, this one,
dude. If he ever does a versus, he's destroying people,
bro. Love in This Club got me so much gay. I can't wait.
Wait, what do you mean? What was that, your go-to song or something?
This Club was just like when that song was on,
you were fucking
like, hey, you want to go home and watch Hitch?
What a 1-2.
Yeah, bro, you don't knock know the game, Bath.
Yo, knock him out. Yo,
you get a little lady home, you got a fucking Netflix DVD of Hitch back there.
Hitch?
Woo, mama.
Listen, bro. I don't care what was. You're at the bar. You could be stumbling over your words. You could have no game. You could be drunk and sloppy. Love in This Club comes on, and you take him home to Hitch. It's over. That's the 1-2 combo that could not be stopped. The knockout punch right there. That's hilarious. I don't think people truly recognize what Usher was. I mean, Usher turned one of the worst PR situations ever into just a multi-platinum album. He was in a relationship with Chili from TLC, got another woman pregnant, and just made an album about it instead of being like, instead of it being a big scandal, everyone just like, these songs are awesome. It's crazy. I mean, the video is him on the phone going like, what? You are?
Oh, is that what Confessions Part 2 is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know it's a great song, but I didn't know the history.
Exactly that. Literally, he's like, I'll just make a music video about it. I'll just be, on the phone finding out that you're pregnant. He's like, are you sure? It's crazy. And then when they marketed the Super Bowl, they did that commercial. Kim K was on the phone with him, and she's like, are you sure? It's like, this is, and I'm sure Chili's sitting at home going, what the fuck, man?
You know who Chili's banging?
Who?
Matthew Lawrence.
Matthew Lawrence. Who's
There's
that?
just Matthew Lawrence.
Matthew Lawrence?
One of the Lawrence brothers.
From, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Wait, what? That's a 90s,
She tweeted yesterday, happy birthday to my baby, and everyone was like, quote tweeting it, like, yo, let Usher do his show. But and so much so that I actually Googled it, and it was truly his birthday, Matthew Lawrence's birthday yesterday.
Yeah, this guy, he was a heartthrob, bro. He's one of the best-looking guys ever for the 90s. And Chili is maybe the most beautiful chick in the world.
Yeah,
she's so gorgeous.
They both look fantastic still in the pictures.
I'm sure. Yeah,
they're just laying on the beach, and they're both like, yep, two hot people.
Yeah, how about this? This is an article from 23 saying Chili teases her future plans with Matthew Lawrence if they got married. Nearly 5 months after debuting her romance with Matthew Lawrence. Crazy. That to me is like, hey, remember the 90s? Yeah, let's fuck.
I don't know either of these people.
Chili was in TLC.
Yeah, I know TLC.
Yeah,
she was like she's not T-Boz and obviously not Left Eye because she's no longer with us. But she's the long hair girl in the middle.
Oh.
And do you know the Lawrence brothers? Do you know Joey Lawrence? Whoa! You don't know what that means, do you?
No.
Crazy. I guess that's kind of a deep cut. I wouldn't expect you to know that.
No clue.
Joey, well, that's see that second row with the long hair? Mm-hmm. To the right. Yeah, that was like Joey Lawrence.
Okay.
He kind of is like Steve from Stranger Things now.
Yeah.
Then,
I can see
that. So he was on Blossom. Do you even know what Blossom is? No. It's like a sitcom.
I know this guy.
The Lawrence brothers.
Well, wait, why do you know him?
I don't know.
What's he from?
What is
other than being a Lawrence brother?
They're all in a bunch of stuff. They're all still like workers. I don't think major things, but they're all still acting. I think they're around.
Do you know the nerdy chick in Big Bang Theory?
Nerdy chicken. Yes.
She had a show. She was called Blossom. So she had her own show when she was like a teenager.
Gotcha.
And Joey was the brother or the boyfriend or something like that?
I never saw. I didn't know. I've heard of Blossom. I didn't know.
I think he was like the dumb neighbor, and she was like the nerd smart girl or some shit. And his thing was he would just go, "Whoa!" That was it. He had like a catchphrase. And then there was a third one, right? Wasn't there a third Lawrence brother? Did I make that up?
Yeah, the littlest one. I forget his name too, though.
Look that one up, because that one I don't know if I could pinpoint.
Andrew.
Oh, yikes. That did not go good for him. Two absolute studs, and then this guy comes out looking like Brendan Fraser when he's like the whale or whatever. I guess he had a look going there for a second. Man, it's a tough pill to swallow when that's how, like, are you old? You know, it's like, do you grunt when you stand up? Do you wake up early? And do you like the Super Bowl? The Super Bowl halftime, you know?
Yeah, no, that's my thing now.
I still had people I guess so. I'm in the minority, even being like I was pretty critical of it, because I was kind of like I think I set the bar so high. I was like, yo, Usher's gonna fucking kill it, and I guess he did. But I thought it was gonna be I don't know, just better, different. But I still had so many people reacting, being like, give me Springsteen or the Stones, man. I'm like, what? What?
They don't want to do that. They're 80 years old.
Like, get the fuck out of here. And, like, why do you want to see a bunch of 80-year-olds up there?
They're not the generation with the money anymore.
Right.
Not that millennials have much, but, like, we are the generation stereotypically that you
market to.
Now.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the old people who aren't really spending money, not the young people who don't have money. It's millennials now. Again, I don't really know, generationally speaking, how much the millennials have, but we're the ones who are supposed to have.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they might need to, switch that real quick.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're marketing the Super Bowl to a bunch of broke people for a while. But, yeah, what is interesting, though, is that a lot of that era, like, for the longest time, it always was rock and roll. And then it was like, as soon as they had any sort of, like, rap or R&B or whatever, people were like, the whites were up in arms. But there's going to be a lot of that, because, like, that is that generation.
Yeah.
Like, when hip-hop became, pretty much, like, the main, pop genre. It's like, you're going to get a lot of rappers. You're going to get a lot of R&B in the future. We already kind of did. Beyonce, Rihanna, Bruno Mars, Usher. Like, it's already here and happening. So, but, again, I don't even know if there'll be that much as much backlash anymore, because all those other people are dead. They're dying.
Yeah.
All the people will be like, what is going on here? They're fucking dead. We are going to Daytona, baby. KFC Radio back on the road once again. Just a week removed from coming home from Vegas. I'm back on the road to go to Daytona. I am gonna crumble. I'm gonna like I am not built for the road, but I am doing my first ever NASCAR event, and it is the big one, the granddaddy of them all, the Daytona 500. This is the perfect. If you are new to NASCAR like I am, go to Daytona. But if you can't do it, you watch it at home. You got The Rock as the Grand Marshal. You got Daytona 500. You got all the star drivers like Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain, Bubba Wallace, all these guys. It is the perfect introduction to the world of NASCAR. And everybody to a man that I know who is not a NASCAR guy, because let's face it, all of us up here in the Northeast, we're baseball, basketball, football guys. NASCAR's not really our jam. But I've watched The Rock. I've watched Large do it. I've watched Dave do it. I've seen Spider do it. Everybody who gets a little taste of NASCAR ends up falling in love with it, because it's absolutely electric. It is a hodgepodge crew that we got going. It's me and Fights. It's the Out and About boys, Nana and Trish. We got Spider and Large. We got Frankie Borelli. I mean, what happened there? I don't even know how this draft came about, but the Barstool Tailgate is going to feature all of us, Rubbin' is Racing, Out and About, KFC Radio, and Frankie from Foreplay. Maybe The Rock will stop by. He's the Grand Marshal. There's a and the icing on the cake, there's a pre-race concert with Pitbull. So the 5 or 6 guys from Barstool, The Rock, Pitbull, and the Daytona 500. This is almost like this is America's new Super Bowl in my mind.
Yeah.
This is America. We got wrestlers. We got Pitbull. We got the racing. I mean, this is everything it is. So it's, if you can't watch it, it's February. If you can't go to it and you're going to watch it on TV, it's February 18th, Sunday, 2:30 p.m. on Fox, the most iconic race in all of motorsports. And also make sure to check out NASCAR Full Speed on Netflix, which is kind of like Formula One had their Netflix series that, put the spotlight on their sport. Now NASCAR has theirs. But Daytona 500, it's 500 miles, 200 laps, 2.5 mile long track, 30-degree angle. It's absolutely wild. So check it out, February 18th on Fox, 2:30 p.m. And if you're going to be there, be on the lookout for the Barstool tailgate. I somehow missed the Dunkin commercial when it actually aired. I saw it after the fact.
Yeah, my boy Brady got beat bad by FTX.
I mean, this commercial had it all. You got the Jack Harlow cameo. There was another couple cameos that were like guys who barely were even fucking in it, right? J-Lo's in it. You got Ben Affleck, Tom Brady, Matt Damon. Yeah, that was the other one. I mean, it's great. I thought this was very funny, and I think this was probably so much fucking fun to make.
Yeah. Oh well, I actually see. Well, I thought the commercial itself was fine. I thought the commercials were so during the Super Bowl. This was on the upper edge of it. I wasn't like.
Oh, I thought this was far and away the best.
Yeah. It was. Well, the one that got me hard with Lil Cardi B. That one was probably the best one.
Well, the one that I was jerking off to.
That Cardi B one was crazy.
I didn't see this one.
You didn't see the Cardi B? It's like Nix NYX, I think it's called.
Duck.
Play it again,
bro. Duck Plump is the name of her thing, but they had it like covered up, like the letters were kind of covered up, so it looks like Dick Pump. It was wildly sexual.
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna give this one.
I got a kick out of the end of the Dunkin commercial though, when J-Lo was like, "Dom, you can stay."
Yeah,
that was good.
They did like it's not really behind the scenes because they're still acting. It's, but the Dunkin Twitter tweeted it. Mm-hmm. I thought that was way better than the commercial. It's just this one right here where they're just Affleck delivers a line in this. It's so perfect.
Right through the Dunkin'. Ready? You for Tom. See what you got. Oh! Lucky shot. Still didn't make it.
Low to keep him away. Now we're talking. No. The hands. Yes. No, I don't want to hurt your hands.
Yeah, I don't either. Oh! I told you he was better than you, Matt.
You get that?
Fucking bro, I was watching that this morning. I was dying laughing.
That's fucking great.
It actually like really gives me like hope that they are just
like
really
that,
just buddies.
Yeah,
it's like
because like that was an actual conversation. Like Matt Damon was like, I think I could do it. I think I can throw it better than him. No, you can't do it.
Better than you, Matt. Talk about Tom Brady. Come on, guys. Oh man.
Yeah, that to me was far and away the big one. The rest, I think everything is so marketing now and like viral and shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of all of it's lost its luster. It's like it used to. You guys probably don't even realize it, but it used to be like a real thing to like.
But it's been a long time since I paid attention to Super Bowl commercials because they put them all out a week before.
I know that's what I mean. Yeah, it just becomes the internet. But I mean,
that's like a decade.
But it used to be what?
I think it's like a decade.
Yeah.
Of like a Super Bowl commercial, not really.
Yeah, like your generation probably has no idea about it. Where it was like, I mean, people would talk about a commercial like it was a fucking. I guess it's the same thing as like, have you seen that video? You see that video that went viral or whatever, that sort of thing. Yeah, I think it'll be hard to like ever have like a best Super Bowl commercial ever again.
Yeah.
Like I think they all just kind of blend together.
Oh, you said something about the bullying one.
Oh yeah, that made me laugh.
I thought it was a parody.
I mean,
I was like, this is gonna flip and be something funny, and then they were bullying, and I was like, ugh.
But like having all the like amazing looking, super fucking talented, athletic guys read these things and then be like, these are the things that the fat kids are saying. Like, I was confused because I was like, is George Kittle going to say, like, this is what happens to him? That's not what happens to him. And then he just says, like, yeah, this is what happens to these fucking loser kids. The losers are getting bullied. That was crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, let's have all the fucking guys who absolutely don't get bullied, read out loud what the bullied kids say.
They'd be like, I'll do the other side of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you were the guys throwing them in the lockers. You're giving the swirlies. When they were like, these are the words of the kids getting bullied.
I don't remember all that clearly, but I think that they used to say stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's what I heard while they were drowning in the toilet. Cam Hayward's like, nobody wants to be my friend. I was like, what? Everybody would love to be your friend. That was wild, man. So yeah, that one I got a kick out of that one. It was just the only thing that tried to be real deep, and then that one for the girls. Did you see that one, Jackie?
What? Which one?
It was all about like girls dropping out of sports because they have like body issues and stuff like that. Did you see that?
That's when Jackie left her 16.
I was gonna say Jackie when she was 12 on the 12 and under team. It was very like it was for Dove being like, let's help. Let's
Jackie
help.
left because her boobs kept getting caught in her stomach on the bench.
Jackie showed up to 4th grade soccer with just bombs, being like, I can't play anymore.
My like soccer team, we had like a Instagram, like a Finsta account with all of us, but it was just all me, like with my boobs like flopping around. That was the reason I got the boob job.
Because of your own Finsta
here.
Really?
I'm not.
Wait.
No,
When you say a Finsta, that was an account like you ran it or someone else ran it?
The whole team ran it.
And they just kept posting your tits?
So
they would post. Yeah, it was like pictures of my tits, or
that's
pictures of, like,
horrible,
or
bro.
pictures of like baloney, and they'll be like Jackie's nipple.
No way, dude.
Because that's what it was. But like it was funny. Like I obviously like was like in on the joke. Like it makes it sound like I was bullying.
Yeah, it does.
Jackie, you know when you like sometimes we do this thing where like you uncover something about me?
I was gonna say, Jack, I don't think you can see me. My mouth, my jaw was just dropped when you just said I was in on the joke. I was like,
I was totally in it. They were my friends.
We were laughing. They were laughing with me, not at me.
Making it fucking sad. It was funny.
I wasn't making it sad. I just said that's why I got plastic surgery as a 15-year-old.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Wait, let me see if I can pull it up.
I know exactly the position you're in, and I agree where you're like, no, it's just funny.
Same with like how the commenters would comment on my nose. Same with how everyone would comment on my nose. It's funny. And
it's hilarious.
Yeah. I'll see if I can pull it up.
To see if that Finsta is still active.
I mean, the baloney.
It's one thing if you post Finsta and it's still just fucking roasting you. Only it's like you sit on this couch now. Jackie on the bench, where she always was.
Still going. It's one thing to be like, haha, look at our midfielder with like huge tits. It's another thing to be like, these pieces of baloney are her nipples. Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
Jackie's about to learn it wasn't a team Finsta account; it was a bully Jackie account.
Yeah, like
it's still been.
So wait, when you say Finsta, does that mean were like other people following it, or was it just a team thing?
No, it was just a team.
Okay, yeah. Because that would be fucked.
And then
like the whole school's following it, and they're just like, look at Jackie's baloney nipples.
It like was our coach following it, and then like we blocked him after they started posting my boobs.
Yeah, I would imagine that's a good time to block that.
Yeah, like that.
Oh my god!
Three things in a row.
Oh my god! It's literally just pictures. It's like 10 pictures in a row of baloney. Guy holding it with the eyes cut out. Guy's just holding a stick of it. Just a fucking Oscar Mayer brand. Do they just call you baloney? I would have called you baloney right to your fucking face. What's up, baloney? What's up, Bobo? Oh man, that's fucking hilarious. By the way, Jackie got the. She's a made man. She got the nod from Dave Portnoy out in Vegas. Said he just says to her, I want to talk to you. Where was that? When he first said, let's talk?
In the lobby of the. I should my camera just doesn't work, so I don't. But whatever. But I know. It was working, and then like somebody just shut it off. But whatever. In the lobby of the hotel.
So just passing by the lobby, Dave says, I want to talk to you. Let's have a meeting.
How long are you here for? And I was like until tomorrow. And he was like, okay. And I was like, why? And he was like, because I want to talk to you. And
the thought of her going, why? Very Jackie, very funny.
Yeah. So
yeah, what we've been here for 15 years trying to make content. All we ever want to hear is Dave say good job. And Jackie's here for about 45 minutes and he's like, what do you want? You want a new show? You want a new studio? Whatever you want, you get.
He was like, I don't know what you should do with this information. Like there wasn't anything. Like
well, that's the thing about it is like you can tell people. I mean, we've been saying it forever, but you just don't listen to us, It's just whatever. As soon as Dave says it, you believe it, but whatever, no big deal.
No, that's not true.
No, it is true.
It's right. I mean, it should be true. Yeah, it's like our word means nothing here. Have you not learned that? What we say means nothing here. It's true though that somebody can, like Dave can tell you, and Dave's usually pretty spot on about this stuff. He'll say like, you are entertaining or talented or different or unique or whatever it is. But I can't tell you, like, so here's what you should do. You should have a show twice a week where you blah, blah, blah. Like, he's not going to do that. But he, him giving you the nod, being like, you're funny, and for him to notice it, means it's really working.
He did say, he was like, I could be completely fucking wrong about you. Like, you might suck. I don't know.
No, he's really usually not, though. He's got a pretty good record.
He's a 50-50 these days.
Well, yeah, no, I was gonna say he's either right that you're talented, or you become like a clown in the circus. But either way, you last at Barstool. So, Jackie, it's almost better if you're a clown at the circus. Let me tell you.
Well, now it's like, now I don't know what to do.
Now you have no excuses.
I know. That's because I literally I was like. Because I was saying, like, I don't know if you guys, like, just are biased. Because, like, we've obviously, like, you guys, like, we've had, like, a podcast family now.
You can say
obviously.
Friends, yeah. Boy, did you fucking jump around that
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're all pretty friendly, Jackie.
No, because I don't know how to describe you guys.
Co-workers together that enjoy each other's company on a podcast. No, but I understand what you're saying. So it is when you have like an outsider who also is, obviously a very tough opinion to, crack his.
Yeah. I pretty much was like, if for some reason, like, Dave were to say, I think you're entertaining. Like, he pretty much everything that I had said in my head, like, if he were to say this, I'll try it. He said it, like, word for word. Bar
okay.
for bar.
I mean, there you fucking go, then. There you go.
I don't
now, also, you will look like a colossal asshole
Yeah.
if, like, one of the, if not the biggest media mogul on the internet right now gave you a vote of confidence and you just did nothing with it.
Yeah, exactly. But now I have to.
I'd be curious to know what it was.
Yeah, which thing
saw him go? I need to have the conversation.
I think that that Cyber Monday thing went well. Even just that little interaction.
Yeah.
I think he realized that she was more of a thing than just like a producer at that moment. But I don't know. Have you put out something recently that like
he kind of brought up but I didn't think it. Well, I don't know. He like said like if he he sees a clip, like obviously he's curious, like he'll watch. So I think he's seen like if he's I don't know, but like then he kind of said something. I think about the bill on Capitol Hill.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because he doesn't usually wait long.
Okay.
And that was the clip before that.
But I don't think like that was my best.
I agree.
Like,
I don't think that was your best clip.
First of all,
no, but that's the point though. That's almost better.
But
it's like because if you had just like something that was rogue, viral, and super funny, and he sees that, and it's like, oh, I can't
I feel like if we
repeat
put
that.
him the hits, he'd be like, okay.
Yeah. Like,
if you like that,
then,
clip, but like,
but if you like that,
such better content.
Yeah.
I think like with that, like we just had good cameras, and I just looked like a podcaster. Like, in that moment. So probably, like,
well, hey, listen, that's part of it too, though. Is there's a look, there's a sound, there's a style, there's.
Yeah.
I actually, I had my first note from Super Bowl week was.
Jackie's got baloney tits.
Caps locks. Shout out Jackie and Pavs. So
yeah,
that was a performance for the ages.
Yeah.
Like before Dave talked to you guys were both unbelievable out there. Watching
how like doing stuff with other people now it's night and day. It's night and day with working with you guys. It's crazy.
And like you obviously production was great. You were doing so much the entire time. Like, I hope you guys had fun, but like you guys worked so fucking hard.
I don't think they did.
And you had everything so organized. You had cars ready. You had KFC ready. The camera work Pavs you crushed out of order. I was there. I think it was like Wednesday it hit me where I was like, not like proud of you guys, not like impressed because that makes it sound like you guys are like little babies with diapers still, and I haven't thought of you like that in a long time. But I was like, I'm honored to get to work with these guys.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys were.
There was
really
a moment. I think I even said it in the text. Where like I think you had the car ready and the food ready or something like that. And then like in the past, that was like 100% something I would have had to do, and we would have been late, and it was just all of it was just done. It was great. And then like in the middle, you film and put out a whole skit. And Jackie's like half of the podcast content. It's like this is kind of a dream right now.
It was
great.
And you guys are both 24.
Yeah.
You guys both have like a level of commitment and like an understanding of what this job takes that I certainly didn't have at 20.
Yeah, I used to say the same thing about Rhea because she started like really early. I was like, by the time you're 10 years in, you're gonna be 28 with a decade under your belt at the biggest media company on the internet, and you guys are really not far behind. You started early 20s, so like
you guys both have a better understanding and more talent.
Yeah,
you guys are set.
I don't think you realize. I mean, we used to say it all the time. I was like, Jackie's gonna take over the show soon, and I think people kind of like laughed about it. I'm like, well, the day has arrived. This is it.
Well, Paz and I were stressing because like the.
We actually have to address one thing. We have to talk about this. I think me and Jackie worked together for like it's been 3 years. And there's never been like 1 ounce of like I'm mad at you or like something happened here.
Oh, we got a little tension?
No, there was like this is how ridiculous it is. Like the smallest amount of tension.
Well, did you guys notice when I was like a dick to Pavs kind of?
You were not a dick at all.
What did you do?
What
did
you
just say?
Stressed.
It was just like when we were getting ready for the Bert and Tom. I like called him and I like asked for his help.
Yeah, wait.
Wait.
I was gonna say I thought that was actually cute because you were like you guys like helped each other.
Yeah,
that was the most like tension that's ever happened. I could tell that she was stressed. And I was like, I'm just gonna like walk away from this situation. Just like I could tell that she was really stressed before the show. And then she kept texting me like, hey, do you want any food? Do you want anything? Just try to like, I'm like, just let you know, I was not upset at all. Like you didn't act like crazy at all. But in my head is because I asked for my charger back. And Jackie never once has been weird about like, no, like don't have that. Or she was like, actually, I'll go get it. And then she comes back into the room and then she's like, actually, I don't know. And I was like, there's rather a dude in her room. Or like she left the biggest vibrator in the world on her bed. And she was like, is that what you're thinking? I was like, yes, I was so afraid to go into your room.
So wait, let me interrupt because you're saying there was you guys fought about something?
No, but there was one time where he like said something and I was just stressed and I was like, I got it. Like,
okay. Solo stove, it's the ultimate and really in my mind only option for the outdoor fire pit that you want in your backyard or at your tailgate or in any sort of setting where you want to have a nice little controlled fire where you don't get all smoky. They somehow created fire without the smoke. It's impossible. It's like having water without getting wet. I don't know how they did it, but they're fucking scientists and they figured it out. So the Solo stove is created in such a way that all the smoke silos up and out so it doesn't get in your hair and in your eyes and in your clothes, but you still have that heat. Try to stay warm. You can still toast your marshmallows. You can still burn your firewood. You can still have that moment around the fire without any of the drawbacks. They come in different sizes, but the most popular and everybody's personal favorite is called the Bonfire. It's a great size for the backyard, but it's also super portable, so you can bring it on the road. You can bring it to the tailgate. You can take it with you wherever you're going to go. They also have the high-heat ceramic-coated colors, so if you don't want the stainless steel ones, they have a bunch of ones that are painted. They also have accessories like cast iron griddles for grill tops. So everything you need to have your tailgate, enjoy your tailgate, and cook by the fire. Each pit is backed by a lifetime warranty, so you can even get your NFL team etched in the side of them. So they got everything to personalize your Solo Stove. So head over to solostove.com, use promo code Barstool20. That's Barstool and then the number 20 to get $20 off a Solo Stove of $199 or more. Ditch the smoke for good.
Dude, speaking of the Bert and Tom interview, you're about to watch it, so you'll understand a little bit. I take a mushroom during the Bert and Tom interview, and 20 minutes later, this is before I went on the dozen, and before I did everything, 20 minutes later, I looked at Tom, and he had the desert background behind him, and the desert was waving, and I was just like, uh-oh.
Yo, I didn't want to say anything in the moment, but so Tom and Bert roll in with their new vodka, Porosos, and we pour a couple cocktails, and pretty heavy hand at that. And John takes a big gulp of the vodka and immediately is like, you guys want to do mushrooms? And pops that. And in the moment, I was going, oh, that's not good. You got a whole fucking night ahead of you.
Bro, I was.
And specifically, you're like, I don't like the chocolate mushrooms. And you broke off a whole chocolate bar. Pop that shit in. And then like had to go do a whole show. I remember being like, oh, boy.
Dude, then I got to the dozen and we're fucking. They call out the booze ponies on stage, and we had this whole thing that fucking flopped.
That sounded so good in on paper.
It was, dude. So we we were like, we're going to fly Dane out, which we were going to split. And then I heard it was $500, and I was like, Will can eat that. Like, if it was like
splitting
10 grand, we would have split it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, $500.
Wait, let me set the stage, though, because I don't think people understand the whole scope of it. The dozen tournament, which in general, I don't think, if you're a diehard fan, you get it. But, like, John got up in the middle of an interview with Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura. He's like, I got to go. And they were like, where are you going? Like, why are you leaving this? And he was like, to go to our Trivia League performance. And they were like, what? So it sounds completely ridiculous, but if you're in the Barstool universe or a hardcore fan, the Dozen is our Trivia League, which is very popular, and people take it very seriously. We had celebrity guests. Everybody loves it. And John was the halftime show because his team is like the goofy team, the funny team. Turns out this year they're the number one team in the fucking country. So it was ridiculous to have the Booze Ponies, who are the number one team in the league, be the halftime sideshow. So they fly Dana
Brady
out
in the booth.
Right. So Will and Feitelberg were supposed to be doing the halftime show. So they were like, let's bring Dana out because we got to have the three of us be like, fuck you guys, we're the number one team.
And they introduced us beforehand, and they had us just in this corner, and it was like kind of like a surprise type deal. And Jake Bass just kept being like, just stay out of the way of this camera up here. And I kept just being in front of the camera going, and I just kept being like, oh boy, I'm on mushrooms.
Oh boy, that handful of mushrooms I ate is really affecting me. Yeah. Who knew?
I went out there, and we couldn't get the mics to work, so I'm just screaming, and I'm sweating, and my legs are shaking. And I was like, fuck, I should not have taken those mushrooms.
What's funny is I don't think anybody else did, right?
Well,
Bert, I think, took some for later.
Yeah.
Bert was fucking shit-faced. Yeah. Bert's hammered in this interview. It was the first time I think he cut loose since getting back on track health-wise. So I think he was, pretty shit-faced off of. I think he was, he's in his feelings. It's his own liquor. He's at the Super Bowl. He's back in shape. So he was on one for sure. Feitelberg's popping mushrooms. Tom's sitting there just like, what the fuck is where am I right now? It was quite the scene. It's a very this interview with Bert and Tom feels like one of those like fever dreams where you're like, what? That was a weird dream. What happened? John was on mushrooms.
But after the first intermission report, Greer texted me and he's like, everyone thinks you're on drugs. And I
am.
I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, there's sniffles, they're saying. And I was like, haha, joke's on them. I haven't done any coke, but I am on mushrooms.
I was going to say, hallucinogenics, yeah, but I'm not. That's funny.
And then, like, my worst nightmare
right church, wrong pew.
Where I'm high on mushrooms, and I'm giggling. Will put out a highlight reel of it. And, like, I look at it, I'm like, ooh, that boy is tripping. But
I didn't see any of this, so you can really tell that you're goofy.
I think because in my head, I can. Is it volume? Or should I just keep talking?
Oh, I thought you guys weren't on stage. You are. I think that was fine. That didn't bomb. Wait, run that back real quick. What was that? What did you just do? You was like, yeah. That was very funny.
Welcome to the intermission, the Booze Pound 50 commenter. What do you think the turning point was in that match?
Touch my back. Why are you touching his back?
He's touching my back.
People asking if we should have been in that spot where the experts were.
Really not. You motherfuckers. You're an idiot. You know how stupid you are. You're very likable. Oh my God, you guys are likable. But it's a stunt that you guys are doing. It's a joke. It's a fucking shame.
That face is great.
Brad, I have a question. You weren't in here for my initial question, but
talking into your drink.
He is, and I took his mic.
I didn't know my new character. I know I smell him.
I did stand next to him the whole time. He does smell good.
Smells great. I'll get a good. Let me get inside. He does.
I stood next to him the whole time.
I believe we were just told to keep vamping.
What do you think Gary Vee brought to the squad?
Energy.
Gary, you talk about them being closer than your relatives. What would you do if one of them was shot in the face?
Hey, Frank, what are you going to do?
We're going to hopefully we win this tournament and take that chip home.
Winning this fucking shit, Frank. Welcome back, presented by Mango RX. Dana.
I'm a huge, massive pussy.
You know what? Michael Greer texted me earlier. He said someone said we're on drugs.
Yeah, how about his TMZ outing, Dana?
That's not gonna help. That's not gonna help.
Get the fuck out of here.
Just lost a tough match. Dave pulled it.
Yeah, it was tough. We'll give you the ball again, but we'll then give you the ball back twice. So
you guys, you
Hey guys, you missed one of the food questions.
Just wandering around like a fucking duck, dude.
stay on the table.
That was on me. So I'll take
Man,
that as a team.
I can't even imagine what you were. I mean, the dozen is such a fucking spectacle as it is. On a whole bunch of mushrooms, a little bit drunk. God damn.
It was very fun.
Well, I'm happy that happened though, because I got to say something, man. It was a eye-opening experience, this Super Bowl, for Barstool Sports, because this company is washed up, brother. Washed up. Super Bowl used to be a fucking gauntlet, man. You had to work all day, go out all night. People were partying, people were fucking, people were fighting. It was, I mean, a scene.
Dude, there was one time, one place when we were staying in houses, and someone had to clean out my room, and they were like, dude, there were so many vials of coke in that room. I was like, yeah, it was the coke room. They weren't all mine. I just let everyone do coke in my room.
Well, I mean, I know that the Bussin' with the Boys guys cut loose, but they're kind of like a mercenary, you know what I mean? They're out on their own. As far as like the internal core, I mean, I thought I was just being like an old pussy and a dad, but like every story I heard was everybody was like, I was in bed by like 8 o'clock. Like everybody just kind of got dinner, went to sleep.
Like this weekend coming home, and people were like, "So, come on, tell me like what happened." Like,
did you guys do anything?
Nothing. I was.
But did you want to, or did you want to like?
I mean, by the time we got back, I was pretty beat. But we would go out to the casino and we would just go downstairs, hang out. Like last night, we went out pretty late, but there was no like, we're not going to a club or anything.
Yeah.
Like that,
But like if we were, would you have?
I kind of just ride with
whatever we decide.
Whatever anybody does. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was great for me because it was like a lighter. Well, we kept saying like, oh, this is actually a light week. We don't have as much as we usually do at Super Bowl, and then every single day was jam packed. But I was like, to get away and just be like, I'm just gonna go sit in my fucking room and eat so much room service. And,
it was. Dude, I heard somebody talk about being old. I heard someone mention that. Luckily, their bowels are staying regular.
No, that's like
they're like, it's for me these days I got to keep the bowels regular.
Wait, hang on. Let me think.
No, to be fair, I was vague about it because it's not a content person.
Okay.
But
Jesus
it was still
Christ.
like it was like Jesus. I don't think we knew each other like that. Yeah, you were in the car.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Other than the big, man, there's. Obviously, everybody knows the little cliques at Barstool and the people who kind of naturally fall in line with each other. And then there are certain people who kind of bounce between all the different groups. But, like, I'm not usually going to go out with Dave. We stick to our crew, whatever. And usually that all works out well. But, boy, did it not pay to not be in, like, the Dave Portnoy gang this weekend. Because if you were there, you just automatically got at least $5,000. It was just like, if you are in the crew and you are playing blackjack, minimum walking away with $5,000. Which it was funny the way it was described.
How did he gave it away?
No, it's basically the story is just that Dana White will gamble any amount of money for as long as it takes for you to win. That's
Really?
it. That's the story. Like they call it the Tunnel of Chaos. It's your turn. You play like one person plays at a time, basically. So it's your turn at the table, and you come into it and you say how much you want to win. Which is another thing, because I'm like, wow, $10 million. I want to win $10 million. And so I guess Dave went in and said, I want to win $100,000. And Dana White was like, that's a little much. Like, how much you want to win? He's like, $60,000. He's like, okay, let's go. Now, Dave happened to hit on like two hands at like betting like $30,000 or whatever it was. And it was like, he's done. He's like, okay, you're out. Next in. And for the first few guys, they all just hit. And I guess like Dana... it was people with money. So it's not like Dana's like putting up the money, but I think he also is your safety net basically.
Yeah.
So everyone just won right away. And it was like, okay, we win. And then Will gets on, and he runs cold. And he was down like $400,000. But Dana was just like, we're good. Like, we're just going to keep playing until you win it back. And they do that every time they gamble with Dana White. So as long as you have enough money, have enough time, and have enough of a relationship with the casino, because I think they want this. They're like, it's great. I mean, I'm sure they loved all this attention, you know? As long as the casino can't be like, you're done, dude. Right. Like, we're cutting you off because I know that you don't have this much money, so you're paying us $400,000, and like that's it. As long as that happens, you can just kind of play forever. So it's a little bit of a, it's like if you have celebrity friends, it's awesome, basically.
Yeah. That was the first day we were there. We were sitting there playing, doing the rundown, and Dana and Will came in. I'm sorry, Taylor and Will came in, and Taylor was like, "You boys want to play cards tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm in." And then he kept walking to the kitchen, and Rowan started telling a story about $500,000 being on the table. And I was like, Taylor, how much money do you think?
Yeah.
Like, were you talking about inviting me to like a fucking car? I thought we were going to go to like the $15 table.
Right. Just like hang around
casino.
and fuck. Yeah. No, I think it was like $10,000 bets each time. Because then like, so Dave was allowed to ask for like 60. And then, like, Dan asked for, like, 20, and then Hank got 10, and Austin got 5. It was, like, a hierarchy of, like, where you're at Barstool. So we probably would have walked away with, like, 12-5. But it was, like, I had to really remind myself, like, I mean, Austin just getting $5,000 was probably, like, amazing for him. He probably played it cool just trying to be like, I'm with the high rollers right now, but he probably was like, oh my God. Like I think he just like sat down, like got some cards, and they're like, here's $5,000. Like, that's it. It was like one hand, 2 cards, $5,000. There you go. So the lesson here is if you ever get an offer to play blackjack with Dana White, you say yes. I think the only time it ever ended was Dana had like an event that night. So he was down like $500,000 and was like, I gotta go do Power Slap. And he left. Yeah. And that's when Taylor and one of the Bussin producers stayed up all night and won the $500,000 and gave it back to him. I think as like a thank you, boss, which is very smart, because I think it keeps the Dana White train, gravy train rolling forever. Because I mean, if you think about it, like even Will being down $400,000 for him, he's like $1 billion, doesn't he?
Huh?
Doesn't Dana White have like $1 billion?
Dana? Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like $400,000 to him, it's like being down $400. Yeah. He's like, yeah, we'll just keep playing until this is a race. Don't worry. It's awesome. It's fucking incredible. So yeah, that was the one time I was like, should have just been a little more friendly with Dave. Should have said, hey Dave, what are you doing tonight? One of the worst feelings in the world is opening up your fridge and seeing nothing. Opening up the pantry and you got nothing. There's the like expired food, the old leftovers, and you're like, can I eat this? Can I eat that? You never have to worry about that feeling with HelloFresh, because you got a new box delivered every week with fresh meals that's always ready to go. The night you get home, the minute you need a meal, they've got you covered.
I actually made a big mistake last week. We were in Vegas. I forgot to skip my week. So I called Nate. And I was like, yo, can you go to my apartment so it doesn't just sit in my entryway?
Did he take him?
And can you just, like, throw that out for me? And he took it home.
Hell yeah. I'd be walking down the street with the boxes, too. So Nate was having Feitelberg's, and I'm sure it was probably some pork tacos.
All pork.
All pork all the time. I know you love your pork. John is on a pork chop kick.
He was like, you got 3 orders of pork chops. I'm like, yeah, dude, I just
you got damn right I did. And now I'm sure Nate will be on a pork kick too. The most underrated of all meals, especially when you get them from HelloFresh. They have chef-crafted recipes that get delivered right to your door. They have all the ingredients pre-portioned and pre-packaged. So you just open up the little packages, pour it all in, mix it all up. You cook most of your meals in under 30 minutes. And it's all very fancy foods, to be honest. We're not just talking about your basics. We're talking about all sorts of different ethnic foods, all different tastes, all different styles. And you don't have to have any cooking talent or experience.
Cooking doesn't take talent. You just have to cook.
Right.
But some people
say they intimidated by it. Well,
it's like, what do you mean? Just follow the instructions.
Yes, but if you don't have the recipe card, or it says put in a tablespoon, but if it's a little more than a tablespoon or a little less, it doesn't have the right flavor. These are all, you can't mess it up. This is idiot proof. And right now they're giving you free breakfast for life. If you order HelloFresh and you have an active membership with them, every box will come with free breakfast for life on every single HelloFresh delivery. So think about that. your breakfast is just taken care of until you're dead. Go to HelloFresh.com/KFC free and use code KFC free for free breakfast for life. That's one breakfast item per box while your subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life at HelloFresh.com/KFC free. Use code KFC free at checkout.
I was singing something before this show started.
We're singing something?
Yeah. The beautiful naked big titty woman don't drop out the sky no more.
Yeah, what was that?
Don't drop out the sky no more. I got bad news, folks. That new Kanye West album.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
It's really good.
I haven't listened to it. Did you listen to it?
Dude, my brother.
That's how bad it was. That's how much it's fallen off for me. Yeah. When I saw it wasn't on Spotify, I was like,
it's on Spotify.
Oh, now it is?
Yeah.
Okay. When it first came out, it wasn't on Spotify, and I was like, I'm not going to jump through the hoops for this.
I had gone through. I had made the conscious effort to not listen. I was like, I choose to not listen.
What, in solidarity with the Jews?
Yeah, sure. Just like,
yeah, I guess, whatever.
I was just like, I'm not going to listen to this.
Really, though? Out of just like, you know,
I was
he's
just like,
kind of, you don't want to support him anymore.
Like, it wasn't support. It was just like, I don't know. I can't really fucking be involved with this anymore.
I hear that, yeah.
And then my brother texted to me, and he went, he didn't even tell me who it was. He was just like, just give this album a listen. And I knew what the album was.
Hang on a second. Pabs just Googled vultures and clicked on images, and it was just a bunch of pictures of birds. How are you so good at everything else and just the woke at Google? He just can't Google. It's crazy. He get images, it's just birds. All right,
He's
sorry.
Like, what the hell is this thing? And so I listened to it, and like the first song, I was like, God, that's fucking good. And then the second song, I was like, God, it's fucking good. And the third song, I was like, what Kanye said didn't even look that bad. I was like,
he was joking. The context,
I was like, in the grand scheme of things, like a lot of artists have done a lot worse than what Kanye West did, bro. And then I get to the last song, one of my favorite songs on the album, is the chorus is, I'm a crazy, bipolar, anti-Semite, and I'm still the king. I'm gonna play the chorus. It's so funny.
What is the general consensus? Are people?
I think the general consensus is it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from like Kanye stands?
I think so. I was looking up like articles.
Why was it not on Spotify at first? Was there something going on
Just
there?
because Kanye doesn't like release albums normally.
I know.
Like,
I cannot believe, it drives me nuts every time when people like at midnight on the day he said it's going to come out are like, where's the Kanye album? It's like, he's done this 9 times in a row, guys. It'll probably be out in 2 weeks. I heard like a couple. Amazon Music tried to get me. Bezos tried to get me, that rat. Amazon Music included with Prime. I was like, oh, all good. I have Prime. Yeah, the only thing is you can't play the music you want to play. It plays if you go to the album and you press play and you don't pay for it separately, it will shuffle in other artists that you think are like a part of it and you can't skip songs. I was like, oh, fuck you, man. But so I tried to listen to it on Amazon, and what I heard I didn't really care for. And then this is so annoying too, though, how they're calling him an independent artist. It's like, yeah, no fucking, yeah, I guess he's an independent artist. It's not like he's, usually that's reserved for like the guy on the come up who's not doing it through a label.
He's literally an independent artist.
I know, but he's a billionaire. It's like the what's impressive about doing it independent is that you don't have the resources. He has all the fucking resources.
But it's like Barstool Sports is a private company.
Yeah, but nobody like that doesn't evoke a certain like feeling. You know what I mean? Like when people say like an independent artist, it's like, oh wow.
Yeah.
That's not fair for Kanye.
I think he's fair. I mean, pretty when you've been dropped by a label and stuff like that, I think you're fairly an independent artist.
No, he's definitively independent. I'm just saying usually that comes with a connotation that I don't think a billionaire really, it's just not the same for him and the kid on the come up.
I was gonna play like the first song.
Keep a few Jews on the staff now. I'm gonna just black out. Keep a few Jews on the staff now.
I was like, all right, this is gonna be good,
dude. Yo, you talk about fucking bulletproof, man. The fact that he said all that, got dropped, came back, and is still talking about it, and people are just like, fuck yeah, Kanye's back.
I was like, he just said he likes Hitler. He didn't like fuck kids.
You see, he put everything on sale for $20. He actually did that.
Yeah.
He's been talking about doing that forever, and I was always like, well, then, fucking do it, Kanye, because you're selling shirts for like $600. And then he went on, and everything on Yeezy was actually $20. I'm sure there are people out there who paid secondary market prices for those sock shoe things.
Yeah.
And then the next day, it's $20 on Yeezy. You're probably like, fuck.
I've been texting people about the album, and it's just like that fucking Diddy meme where it's like,
what else we got?
I yesterday went to a children's playground for the first time ever.
That laugh was what? Dude, don't ever say that sentence again. Do me a favor. You can have kids of your own. Don't ever say it the way you said that. Like, I went to a children's playground.
I was in the bushes.
Gross.
But so, like, my nephew, I basically just, like, call my sister every day. I'm like, can you wrestle yet? And
call me when.
He's getting wrestling age now.
Yeah.
He's about a little over a year.
I was gonna say, no, he's not. It's like he was just born.
Yeah, no, he can get wrestled now.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
He doesn't really, fight
him.
back too much, but I can wrestle him now. And so I went up to Connecticut and we went to the park, and I might start hanging around children's parks.
Okay, next voicemails. Let's go.
Because the confidence, the little butts.
Stop it right now.
The confidence boost you get from the parents there is unbelievable.
What? Like you're happy about your life?
Just all of them look so miserable. Like it was. There are probably like 6 parents there, and all of them looked like they just rolled out of the grave. And no one had on a button. No one had on. I was just like dressed up. I was like, look at these fucking homeless assholes. I was like, I'm calling CPS on all of you guys because clearly you do not care about life at all.
Yo, I rolled off the red eye. I fucked myself so bad in Vegas. I originally thought there was going to be 5 days of radio. And so I asked Dave, I'm going to leave early on Friday. And he said, cool. And then I found out there was only 3 days of radio, so I kind of felt like an asshole skipping 1 out of the 3. And then I found out that our Bert and Tom interview was right in the middle of day 2 of radio, so I thought I was only going to be at 1 of the 3 days of radio, and this was after he made a big stink about making sure my face was on the poster. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to change my flight, take the red eye home. I don't want any problems with Dave and radio. I don't want to become a storyline. Turns out he had Bussin' with the Boys fill in and was like totally fine with it.
Oh,
anyway.
You didn't do it at all?
Nope. Well, I mean, I could have, but I was like, it would be 6 people on stage, and I was like,
wait, so what did you do?
I just chilled all day.
Really?
So that wasn't the worst part, but there was a part where it was like 4 o'clock, and I was like, all right, we're almost there, and I was like, no, I'm 7 hours away from my flight. Like, we really did not plan this well. I hit the red eye home, landed at like 7, got home, picked up my kids at like 9, and just went into dad mode.
I probably saw you at the park, dude.
I was gonna say, if you saw me at the park, I would have been the worst of the bunch in that gang. It's the park is. There's 2 types of parents at the park, and none of them are good. 3 types of parents. There's the zombies you're talking about.
Yeah.
Then there's the usually dads who they just sit there on their phone, and it's just like. They have no fucking idea what their kid is, what they're doing. The kids are like, ripping somebody's hair out or fucking falling off the thing. They don't care. They don't know. And then there's the dads again, usually who play, who like do shit.
Yeah.
And I'm one of the ones who plays, but it's like none of it's good. I'm a grown man running around a fucking jungle gym. I'm running up and down the little bridge, and they're going over the monkey bars. And it's like, what am I fucking doing? I'm a grown man. But then there's the asshole who's just buried in his phone, and his kid is like being a total dick, and they're not there to be like, hey, cut it out. And then there are the people who are just like, death, please take me. Please, God, take me now. Leave them orphans. I can't do it anymore.
It was crazy.
Yeah, no,
this
that's
is always like this. My sister, she's like, kinda. This is nuts.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's and those are like
it was. If it didn't make me feel so good, it would be depressing.
There's another level. The people who don't even go to the park. You know, those are the motivated parents.
Yeah.
Who are sitting there like. Then there are the ones at home who are just eating mushrooms, drinking liquor, just letting their kids do whatever the fuck they want. No, you've made the right choice. That's for sure. That was an interesting way to jump into that topic, though. I've been hanging around. That's a weird
about
thing.
children's playgrounds for like the past 3 episodes.
Yeah, it's true. You got a lot of the
What else?
the out of order. You're talking about
Yep.
the playground.
Yeah, I guess there's.
It's just two.
Now,
Just
yeah.
two. Yeah. Well, it would still only be the second weirdest thing behind Josh Brolin's letter. To Timothy Chalamet.
I forgot one other funny story. The Saturday, I went out with Nate. This isn't even a did I miss signs question. This is look how impervious I am to signs.
Oh God.
Me and Nate went out. We watched Bruins and Caps played, and so we went out to watch the game. And we went to this bar called the Canuck, which is a good hockey bar on 9th. And it was there's an afternoon game, so it was pretty quiet, but also pretty full. If that makes sense. There were tables available, but for 2 they weren't. So we sat at a table for 6.
Got it.
And towards the end of the game, 7 women come in.
Jesus.
And they were like, "Do you guys mind? Are you guys saving these seats?" And we're like, "No, you guys can have a table." And they're like, no, we'll just sit with you. And we were like, "Nah, it's fine. You guys can have a table. We'd feel bad keeping the money from the waitress. You guys take the table." And they're like, no, it's cool. You guys just sit here. And we were like,
we'll get up and leave.
They started sitting down, and to be fair, they were young. They were 22. And I was like, I'm not going to fucking sit. I was already mad about the Bruins. I was like, I'm not going to sit here with a bunch of 22-year-old girls.
God forbid. God forbid a hot young girls.
They sit down, and I'm already flagging them. I'm like, can I get my check, please? Right? And then
they're sitting on my lap. I got to get out of here.
They sit down, and this one girl's like, "So, who are we rooting for?" Different teams. And she's like, "Oh, okay." and then she goes, it's the genuine, she's like, "You guys come here a lot?" I was like, "Sometimes." And she goes, "Oh, I'm from Vegas." And my check's coming now at this point. And me and Nate are standing up, and I just go, "That town sucks."
Dude, it's not even missing signs. You're just being a dick to these women. You probably walked out, and those girls were probably like, "That guy's such a dick."
I was
gonna fuck him too.
We were laughing and having fun. I wasn't being an asshole. I was, but I was like, "Oh, I just got back from Vegas. That town sucks." She's like, "Well, half hour. I'm a half hour outside."
It's not even you're missing signs. You're now actively seeing them and dodging them. Yeah.
You gonna fucking get this dick? Nice try, sweetheart.
You ain't fucking this dick.
It was very funny. That then we went and just at the bar.
At what point do we think Feitelberg's actually gay?
Somebody
at what point? Somebody
out
recently
of order and was like, "It's funny how Fights is kind of always playing a gay guy."
Yeah. At this point, you really
what are you talking about?
You really are Mac at this point. At some point, it's everybody knows except for Feitelberg. You're like that guy I was playing before. You're like, so what if I fuck a 23-year-old at the bar? He's a hot dude. It's okay.
If he's got a pretty face. Doesn't ask me about the game.
Well, you have been vindicated with your Timothy Chalamet pick.
Time and time again.
Anybody who knows old school KFC Radio.
This is a point for straight. I think Timothy's getting a little manly looking.
Oh. Here's a take you will only hear. Timothy Chalamet, too masculine.
He's getting a little too hot, a little too guy hot. And I'm like,
you know what I really like about him?
I can't see that face on a woman's body anymore.
I just saw that he's a internet kid.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he has a ton of old internet videos out and old kind of audition tapes and shit of him just like dicking around on the internet.
Yeah.
That's great. He's just truly a product of his generation, just being like, yeah, man, I was just like fucking around on.
How old is he?
He is not
28.
Yeah, 28. It's like actually it's even a little older than I thought he was gonna be, but like perfect age to be like, you know, the first thing he did when he was a teenager was probably make a Vine or a fucking YouTube or whatever, you know. But I thought it was gay when Feitelberg said he would fuck him, just straight up would fuck him. And that
with women's parts.
Yes. Excuse me. I thought it was gay when Feitelberg said he would fuck Timothée Chalamet with a vagina. But come to find out, it's far less gay than what Josh Brolin did, which is write a poem for Timothée Chalamet while on the set of Dune 2. And he says, I'll do a little dramatic reading here. And this is weird. This is gay and weird. Yeah. Your face is etched by adolescence. Your cheekbones jump towards what your youth-laden eyes that slide down a prominent nose and onto lips of a certain poetry. And the way you hold my gaze, if that ain't a little word play, the way you hold my gaze makes me feel my own age because something in me tells me you are going to offer me something. And for now, I'm not sure it's going to be something I want anymore.
So actually, this is Josh Brolin used to be gay.
yeah, right. I would have fucked you. I would have fucked you in the past.
He was like, damn, dude, if you caught me in 76, I'd suck that dick dry, dude. My wife told me no more.
If you were on the movie set of, you know, fucking... I could see Brolin doing some gay damage back in the day on the set. Man, this is so fucking gay. This is so weird. Did he, like, present it to him?
I don't know.
Did he perform it? Did he just tell the media about it? Because if somebody told me that my face is etched in adolescence, I'd be like, okay, pedophile. Your cheekbones.
What is this clip playing of just Brolin just sucking down this, what is it, popsicle?
Looks like a chocolate popsicle.
What is going on?
Fudgicle.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was... This is definitely one of the weirdest things that I've ever heard from Hollywood. I think Timothée Chalamet is, you know, probably all artsy and like, wow, this is amazing. But I would love to have heard, like... some of the replies are great. Damn, Brolin really said, I'm getting too old for bussy. Not every man would be so comfortable with their sexuality to write a poem about another man's looks. Yeah, well, you know, I don't know. The Tucker Carlson memes are great. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Yeah. So yeah, Josh Brolin's gay. Should we get into voicemails? SimpliSafe is the best way to protect all your loved ones and all your belongings. It's the #1 home security system as far as I'm concerned. I see them everywhere we go. Now, this is another company that's been in the mix for a long time with us, and now you see it in stores, you see it at Best Buy, you see it up against all the other competitors. They are right there. They are the big boys with an advanced system that protects every inch of your home, backed by 24/7 professional monitoring with fast emergency responses for less than $1 a day. That's free.
Yeah.
Less than $1 a day? Anything less than like $10 a day is free. Less than $1, I can find that just like on the ground every single day. So get yourself and your loved ones and all your belongings protected for, you know, literally peanuts. They are trusted by the experts. They were named the best home security system in 2024 by U.S. News and World Report. They offer everything you need: HD cameras indoors and outdoors, advanced motion sensors, entry sensors, windows on your doors, windows and rooms, a collection of hazard sensors that detect fire, flooding, and more. So it's not just to stop, you know, your burglars. We're talking about man-made or natural disasters and all sorts of stuff that can go wrong in your house. SimpliSafe will cover you with all this stuff. Whenever your home is threatened, they have agents that spring into action with emergency dispatch, all for under $1 a day. So, I mean, it's crazy. It's like you get everything protected for less than 4 quarters in a single day. It's easy to set up, no special tools, no know-how required, and if you don't want to do it yourself, they will send out one of their expert technicians to your house. There's also a 60-day risk-free trial, so if you don't love your system, you can return it after 2 months for a full refund, and they'll cover the shipping. That's not going to be a problem, though, because you're going to love it. Order now. Get 20% off any new SimpliSafe system with the Fast Protect monitoring system. Don't wait. Go to SimpliSafe.com/KFC Radio. That's SimpliSafe, SIMPLI, safe.com/KFC Radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. Should we get into voicemails?
Hey, KFC Radio. My name is Kira. I love all of the Barstool Radio content coming out recently, and I think I should be the next host of the show. You've had the mean girls at Barstool, you've had the Taylor Swift girls, and now I think you need a nice girl. I'm a marketing and branding expert, so I will be great at highlighting all the amazing things Barstool is doing. You know, apart from the days that there's the drama. I'm from Ohio, so I really respect the hustle of Ohio State, getting that full-time job. And I think honesty is the best policy, so I have no issue being a mediator and having a good, healthy conversation. I'm good at handling people. Even like Nate, I can handle them all and really get a good conversation that I think would make great content for Barstool. All right, I hope to talk to you more.
Jackie, what do you think?
I can't, I mean, I didn't see her.
She says honesty is the best policy, so are you coming on to me? She was doing too many, like, the little, like...
Oh, yeah. She's doing a lot. Jackie, come look.
Come
here.
Nods.
Come over here, Jackie.
Hey, KFC Radio. My name's Kira. I love all of the Barstool Radio content coming out recently, and I think I should be the next host of the show. You've had the mean girls at Barstool, you've had the Taylor Swift girls, and now I think you need a nice girl. I'm a marketing and branding expert, so I will be great at highlighting all the amazing things Barstool is doing. You know, apart from the days that there's the drama. I'm from Ohio, so I really respect the hustle of Ohio State, getting that full-time job. And I think honesty is the best policy, so I have no issue being a mediator and having a good, healthy conversation. I'm good at handling people. Even like Nate, I can handle them all.
Me and Feitelberg look at each other at the exact same time every time. But when you flutter your eyes and go, I can handle them all, we're like, wait, stay.
She's doing it on purpose, right?
Yeah, come on, we know what's going on here.
When your head's floating, I'm either like, you're trying to fuck me or sell me something.
What do you think?
Like, in terms of what?
I don't know. Just what's your reaction to that?
Yeah, I think when you sit here, it's a lot more comfortable than when, like, I was behind there. She's really staring at your soul. Very pretty eyes. I don't.
There's so many people who do this where it's just like, I think Barstool needs me. It's like,
okay. Yeah, but like I don't doubt that. Like, I mean, if you're sending in, I think like anything with Barstool, it's just like if you want it enough, you know.
That actually, I'm glad you said that. That's probably the number one thing that pissed me off the most with the Tate stuff. Not from Tate. This is like I saw from like quote tweets or I don't know, people were like screenshotting comments or something like that. I saw a couple people like screenshot. I think it was like comment section stuff, and so I don't know how pervasive this belief is, but I saw a few times like people are mad at laziness or whatever because like you have a job we'd kill for.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
We don't. Because if you would kill for this job,
you would
have
just
this job.
do it, or you would at least
like,
be fucking trying. There is no barrier of entry anymore. Just do it.
That's what I mean. Where like Dave does not care about your pedigree, where you went to college.
Clearly.
If you wanted the job or if you would do anything for the job,
go do it.
And again, it might not be that pervasive a belief, but I saw people scream.
No, it is. That's always what it is. It's always that. And it's like you think that we like won a lottery and just got like handed it. It's like everybody here. Now, you get lucky. You get lucky breaks for sure. But you were doing a live stream or writing a blog or doing something to be in the position when that luck occurred. I mean, Dave just sent a DM to Ohio Tate. Do you want a job? Do you want full time? There's no structure. There is no process that you have to go through that you can't. Oh, I have to go through an agent. I have to go through a studio. I have to do this. I have to do that. Nope. None of that. It is just if you are good at this job, or you could.
It's
kill
not
this
even
job.
good. It's like I'm not even arguing everyone's
just the
good.
desire.
Just, if you would do anything for it, you would have a blog, or you'd have a podcast, or you'd have something, and then you'd at least get a look.
The amount of people who say, I see a lot of the DMs and emails and shit. They're like, I'm going to send you all my content and I'm not going to stop until, you respond or I get a job or whatever. And they stop immediately. They stop fucking immediately because you do not realize how much like the human mind or whatever needs some sort of like a reassurance or feedback or a pat on the back or whatever. And this job is almost entirely, unless you're just a true rocket ship, like super talent, meteoric rise, this job is so often like, I'm just going to keep doing this because I think it's good and I hope it works one day.
Yeah.
Or I think it might work one day. And right now it's not, but like 60 episodes from now, maybe it will. A year from now, maybe it will. And you just keep doing it. And the same people saying, I would be great, I would kill, I want it, I'll do it. You give up after one podcast. You give up after 2 emails. You are like just making excuses. There's nothing stopping you from either doing it or certainly nothing stopping you from trying. So I like even this is like I always just tell the people like it used to kind of be a little bit weird where I was like set up a blog and pretend you're blogging for real. But that was like a little bit strange. Like I'm gonna go like start a WordPress and make this blog and pretend that everyone's reading it. But now like we're all on social media. You kind of are all doing it. And at least everybody, at least at some point, takes a shot at like I'm gonna make a funny video or I'm gonna try to write a funny caption or something. So you're all kind of doing it in some way, and not doing it, as a profession or not even trying to do it. So don't fucking tell me that you would be good at it or you will be good at it or it's for you or you deserve it because you're not doing it and you don't. It's crazy.
I also think it's like interesting that almost everybody at Barstool who like works at Barstool has like a story being like, I knew I was going to work at Barstool like before they did. Like, I think like everyone to some extent, like if you know what you're capable of like handling Barstool, I don't know how to explain this, then like you know that you can work there. I'm not explaining this well, but
I know what you're saying, and I know a lot of people do say that. It's easier to say once you work here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like for the most part, I mean maybe from the old like I actually don't know many people who do say.
I was like in high school. I was like, I'm going to work.
Yeah, that's right. Say that.
But that's easy for me to say now that I work here.
Yeah,
like, I wouldn't tell fucking anyone that if I was.
Don't get me wrong.
Selling insurance.
If I had to like get a job here today, I probably wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
Like to stand out now, it is different because, like I said,
we've never said that since like our personal idol.
Right. Like I can't. I'm not doing stand-up comedy. I can't act like John. I can't do like the videos that are like like mega viral because you're just like got this wacky unique thing. Like I'm just a regular dude. So I'm not I'm not saying it's easy, but it's hard out there. But it's at the same time equally as open. You know what I mean? So it's a very strange dynamic of like there's a ton of competition but zero barriers of entry because literally every single day on YouTube somebody is going viral with their channel. Like every time I'm like, man, we're so late to the YouTube game. Like we are, but we're also not because there's a guy who started his YouTube channel a year ago who has 2 million subscribers because you get in the algorithm, people like it, and it goes. It's the most kind of democratic meritocracy type shit there is. So there's nothing stopping you. And then like, whatever, this girl seems great. Maybe she can do a bunch of stuff, but like just saying it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's like, I would be great. Oh, okay, you're hired. Like, you gotta like do it. Show why.
Tons of those. Like, dude, I chug beers. I love chicks.
I crush pussy. I like sports. I bust balls. I'd be great for Barstool.
You're 2 misses to start.
I was gonna say none of us do that. None of us do that. None of us do that. So it's more like I'm an internet nerd. I worry about my followers and my traffic, and I'm deeply insecure. You're hired. All right, next up.
What's up, guys? Just got a quick question. Rocking the brain right here. But so do you guys think 250 trained Navy SEALs could get the ring to Mordor? They don't have fighter jets, they don't have anything like that. They just got their weapons, they gotta walk, they gotta take the journey like the hobbits did and everyone. But do you think they could destroy the ring, successfully take on all the orcs, take on Sauron? Super dorky, but can't stop watching the movie.
I mean, I understand, I guess they had the help of a wizard, but 5 midgets got the ring to Mordor.
Now, I don't know the movies all that well. My apologies to Jacob Lauko. so it's hard for me to say. It feels obviously a lot like the Harry Potter question, which I am much more well versed in. I don't know the obstacles that they ran.
I mean, you're just up against like an army of like 1 million orcs, and
1 million sounds like a lot.
It's a lot. It is a lot, but like again, like dwarfs and elves like could fight them. So like I think, I mean, I'm assuming they get their weapons. They're SEAL teams. So like if you give SEAL teams like automatic weapons.
I actually read a thread
recently.
recently.
See, the thing about it is, like, back in the day, war was just like line up all the orcs and line up all the dwarfs, and we just run at each other with axes, and like whoever, SEALs are going to be like sneaking around the fucking mountains, like you don't even know we're out there.
Yeah.
We're getting Frodo to the mountain without, before we even know you're in our town. So that is kind of how the SEALs operate. Once, if there was like just 1 million orcs coming at them, and you only have limited ammo. And you don't have a wizard to eventually, like, throw his staff out there and, like, zap the gang.
Yeah,
So I mean, I guess they rile up a
So if it's the 5
army
little guys
of
who
like
got there, then I imagine the SEALs don't get to convince the army to fight.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're talking, it's just like eventually, I think they rile up like all of men. But I don't know that.
I'm gonna watch this tonight. That looked good.
Have you never watched Lord of the Rings?
I think I saw like the first one when I was a kid. We probably went to a theater.
So it's kind of like there's a dwarf, an elf, a man, a wizard. So it's like all the different types come together, and like he, the men are kind of like down and out. I say men like humans are like we can't do this, and he like rallies the humans to fight for them.
How many are there?
How many? What?
Oh, it's 3. It's a trilogy, right?
Oh, movies, yeah.
Shit's a night,
the Two Tower. The second one is. Maybe the best movie of all time.
Really?
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. I mean, you gotta be down with some nerdy shit.
I can get down there.
Yeah,
it's just about how much like Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's a little different though. This is nerd shit. Harry Potter's like pop culture nerd. This is like nerd shit, man. We're talking. He made an entire language, an entire world. It's crazy nerd level, but I mean the books are fucking fire. You should read the books, to be honest. But Tolkien is J.R.R. Tolkien? No, I get it mixed up with J.K. Rowling. J.R.R. Tolkien must have been the biggest loser. I mean, dude, like literally created an entire world of like lands and languages and species and all this shit. There's maps and it's none of it's real. It's all fucking made up. It's all like imagine being like, I'm gonna write a book, and it's gonna be about wizards and knights and all that shit. But first, I've got to write an entire language.
Yeah,
because the elf has to speak Elvish and the dwarf has to speak Dwarf. Like that is so fucking crazy.
It's funny this comes up because watching Twitter during the Super Bowl last night, I saw a meme that I thought was funny, and I didn't totally get because it was Lord of the Rings, and it was the screenshot of Taylor, Ice Spice, and Jason Kelsey talking, and it was like whatever the elf character was Taylor. Jason Kelsey was the guy with the hammer, the little guy with the beard.
Yeah, the dwarf. Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really get this, but I think it's funny.
I mean, it is, in my opinion, can go toe to toe with probably any trilogy ever. I would say that very confidently. Books or movies. It is. The uncut versions are like 4 hours long. It's crazy. But I mean, so I guess sheer numbers, no, because
I'm gonna say no.
It's taking entire. Yeah, you need like an entire army.
I read a thread.
I guess I'm just thinking more though. And it's like there are times there's wars where they need like armies, right? But like a lot of it is just them traveling. Like they have to walk to fucking Mordor.
Yeah.
So they're like traveling through the mountains and they're traveling through the forests and there's like. And it's just like them getting through the terrain and the animals and the monsters and the towns and shit. And I think if you had 250 SEALs, you would just roll through that part. But eventually, if you go up against Sauron and all of the orcs, like it's just a numbers game. But I don't know, 300, like those guys, 250 is pretty damn close. I don't know. I feel like it would be a little different too if like those orcs come rolling at you and you're just like mow them down.
They're like, well, wait a minute, that's not gonna work. I'm just not gonna keep running at those guys.
Yeah, but
I mean, I guess eventually you run out of ammo. But that first round of like, well, the first 3 rows of guys all just got wiped out by some fucking weapon we've never seen before. You know?
Yeah. I read a thread that was about like how long you would last against a Roman century, and it was all like not really long, like
because you
not
run out of ammo.
Like you wouldn't.
Yeah.
In a battle, like I don't know, like because how many of those wounds will be fatal? How many of those wounds are just clipping a leg and they're still running at you because they got all the adrenaline? Like they're getting to you pretty fucking quick,
and then they just mob you. Yeah. And these are literal monsters.
Right.
Like, you know, some of them. There's these regular orcs, but then there's one that's like 10 feet tall, and he's like the boss orc and all that sort of shit. But I don't know, like if 5 midgets and a couple chicks can get the job done, I'm gonna go with America, USA.
Hey, what up, everybody? Hey, so I've had this thought for a long time. If we like domesticated dogs from wolves and cats from like, I don't know, like tigers or whatever, why were bears not domesticated? And like, you know, why don't we have little bears?
It's a great question.
Which leads me to like a thing that I've also been thinking about. If you could pick any animal to be the size of like a mid-sized dog, and it would be like perfectly trained, like just the best pet that you could ever imagine, like would do, like follow all the commands, all that shit, what animal would it be?
There's a correct answer to that question.
And I also just got back from fishing, so I think a fish might be cool. Never mind, no it wouldn't. That'd be stupid, because then you could only play with it in water.
Yeah, that's a terrible.
Well, like it could be like an elephant down to the size of like a medium-sized dog, just perfectly trained, or like an ant up to a medium-sized dog, and then just be perfectly trained.
No bugs.
I don't know. What do you think?
No, the correct answer is panda bear.
Panda's a good one.
You could have a panda, and he could just like kind of walk around with you. They already kind of do that as is. You know, you ever see pandas fucking around with bamboo?
Yeah,
they're just kind of human-like. And it's like, if I could just guarantee that you won't rip my face off, we can hang out. Awesome. No bugs.
No, definitely no bugs.
I guess if you had like a flipper sort of situation, like if you lived in like a beach town and like you're at the dock and like your boy could like swim up to you, I don't know, that could be cool. But
that's
like,
kind of nice, yeah.
But like you want to have him around all the time.
The
mini giraffe from that Geico commercial was a hit.
Any animal that's remotely obscure is going to be a hit every time. In college, my buddy had a baby goat.
Oh my god!
It was fishing a barrel.
I'm thinking about getting ducks.
It was you get fucking loving this club on the dance floor. You bring him home to the hitch,
and there's a fucking
and
baby goat
there.
Oh my god! I'm surprised you didn't get married, bro. I'm surprised you didn't have multiple wives in college.
It was easy breezing. What did you say?
I'm thinking about getting ducks.
Really?
Yeah, there's these ducks that kind of like
come kill them,
stand upright. Yeah, we know you can't kill ducks. You'd be running around my backyard with a shotgun just missing them. There are these ducks that stay for the winter. They're a little more like rugged, and as long as you like feed them and kind of give them like a little bit of a chicken coop kind of thing, like a duck house, they'll like stay. I'm thinking about doing that,
bro.
I think it'd be kind of cool for my kids if they had ducks running around their childhood.
You will be Tony Soprano so fast. Kevin's gonna get ducks and be in therapy in 2 years. The moment they fly away, just walking in like what's her name in Breaking Bad when she walks in like fully dressed into the pool.
Yeah, that'll be me. My ducks. They're runner ducks are what they're called. You've seen them. They're built really weird. They're like they stand upright. They Indian runner ducks.
A koala, you said?
Koala with their no, I said panda.
Oh, he's big.
Koala's got the chlamydia thing going on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fuck them. They're not the Roadrunner. It really is anything. A pig would be sick.
Pig is great because pigs are really smart, you know. And if you could, like, you can just do that with a pig.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
pig. I think you can do it with anything. In fact, like I don't know that we domesticated tigers and made cats. Like cats existed in ancient Egypt. Like
Yeah, but yeah.
I think.
So you think there was just a breed of cat that was always small?
I think so. Like I don't.
Wolves and dogs make sense. I think wolves and dogs are probably pretty.
I think we like to tell ourselves that.
Let's Google this. Let's see what Pat Googles.
Like because it makes humanity feel cooler and more in control. But like I just think there were smaller versions of them. I'm sure somewhere along the line breeding happened. Obviously with Labradoodle, it is. I still think it's under the radar that guy says it's his life's greatest mistake is
creating that. Well, all those dogs are all fucked up. It's funny that you say that because I just saw that Charlotte, the stingray, is it Charlotte? Hang on, let me find this. Yes, Charlotte the stingray has been impregnated by a shark.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was his flashlight.
So, she got fucked by this shark, and it's called parthenogenesis, where, you can just catch some male shark sperm, and eventually your body will just create a
but
shark.
even that, like, that's not domestication, that's rape. And like,
no, I think she raped him. She has not been around any male stingrays in 12 to 14 years. And then I think a shark got in there. She was like, I'm getting some dick. Life finds a way.
Yeah.
You know? So,
but like even
she's a big girl, the stingray. Charlotte is a big who wanted some dick.
Even using this argument, like I think to be domesticated, the humans have to do it.
Well, correct, but I'm saying this is how some weird shit starts. Like, so one baby that lived 30 days outside of the egg. So Charlotte is going through a very rare process called parthenogenesis. That is when eggs develop on their own without fertilization and create a clone of their mother. Oh. Life really does find a way.
So it's not even a shark then.
So no, but then they noticed that Charlotte had bite marks on her body, which is how sharks fuck. They bite. Get a little Marv Albert on you. And so they think she's been bit up by a shark and she's pregnant. It's probably a shark. But I guess there also could be... No, I think parthenogenesis is the egg. The egg without... Yeah. So I guess they'll find out. I guess they're going to find out. I guess they'll find out whether it comes out as a stingray or a sting shark. So, shout out to Charlotte.
The cats and lions, Pavs.
Not much. Pavs is so dumb. Not much.
Don't we have like the same amount of DNA as like an onion?
I think 5% off is like a big deal. I think though. I don't know. Wait, what did you say? You said we have the same DNA as an onion?
Maybe it's not DNA. We have the same...
I don't think we have the same DNA as an onion, bro.
There's something...
I'm going to throw the flag on that. I'm challenging that one.
There's something that like onions, like... I'm going to find it.
Human DNA onions. Let's see what that Google brings. It has 4.99 times as much DNA as a human genome.
Okay, that's what it is. They have way more DNA. So it's not... We don't share the same, but they just have more or something like that. There's
okay, but that's very different. I don't even know what having more or less DNA means.
Are more complex beings than we are.
That's like, yo, look at all this DNA I got, girl. I got so much DNA. I'm an onion. I don't know the answers to this. You know what we're gonna get is somebody to call in. We'll have some animal specialists call in because you know what we've been getting is a lot of catheter specialists, a lot of nurses and doctors talking about all the ways. And I was told that my idea for like the face mask cup sort of thing that exists. They do that,
really?
But they said it's a mess. That it's same sort of thing. It's got a seal and that still has pubic hair issues and all that shit. So they said it's all just a fucking mess. So I mean. We'll find out from all of our, some sort of zoologist callers. I've found that there is somebody in every field that listens to KFC Radio.
Yeah.
Every question we've ever had that we've been stupid about has been answered or addressed or something from our listeners at some point that can offer some clarity. So anybody who's watching Stingrays and sharks fuck. Anybody who's, knows the history of tigers and cats, let us know. Because if it is a matter of domesticating, we should just start. Start with the bears. And in like 500 years, you could have a little teddy bear. You could have Ted at your
You're
house.
welcome, future us.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I could time travel, that's what I would do. I'd go back in time and be like, yo, see the bears? Start petting them. Start feeding them. 2024 will be awesome. You can just hang out with them in your house. All right, we'll see you guys.
Before we wrap, look at the Out of Order group chat with Dante's.
Oh my God. Are you guys gonna have him in a skit soon? You almost have to write like a skit that's making fun of him that he doesn't realize it. Let me see it.
This is Dante's Instagram away message.
For sure.
Hype for Usher. Usher, what's more when we leave some dead?
All right, let's get into our interview. We got Bert and Tom. The homies are back. Two Bears launching their new vodka. Got their own brand new liquor company. So Por Osos, we shared a couple cocktails, told some stories. Tom learned about the origin of Saturdays for the Boys. Bert cried. It was a whole fucking scene. So it's Two Bears and KFC Radio in Vegas. Let's do it. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.